Welcome back, peeps. Thank you for tuning in the Band of Bros channel, where we're always taking a look at the newest tips and tricks in Modern Warfare and Warzone mode. But today, Call of Duty Cold War just released, and I spent the entire day yesterday, every single hour, playing it the second it came out. All right. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at, is this game worth it right now? Should you buy Call of Duty Cold War? Should you spend your precious money in this game? Hopefully, by the end of the video, I will have answered that question for you. I'm going to be going over the good, the bad, everything that involves the game, more so with the multiplayer and zombie side of things, because that's what I played, and that's probably the biggest things in this game right now. Again, if you do enjoy this kind of content, please remember to like and to subscribe and turn the notification bell on. It deeply helps me out a lot. With that being said, because 91% of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed yet, and if you do, it deeply helps me out a lot. Now, with that being said, let's jump right into this video. So starting off, let's talk about probably the main thing that people hated. I mean, maybe if you guys saw my live streams, you guys have seen other live streams, is that the servers just seem kind of bad, and you can't join a game, and the voice chat's like, all right, I'm just gonna talk about that a little bit first. I won't really put that into consideration in whether you should buy the game or not, usually because, I mean, those things are things they should fix, all right? They should fix these things. You know, knowing Call of Duty, that's something that they should fix. And again, it was day one. But I will talk a little bit about it because I have played every single Call of Duty like the day it came out. And this has probably been the worst launch ever. I mean, it was just really, really bad, especially when you have an alpha and a beta and then you release the game. And it was just, I played Modern Warfare, you know, the Modern Warfare when it came out, and it really wasn't this bad. This one just feels, I mean, we couldn't even, it's not even getting into games. Sometimes we were like 30 minutes trying to get into a lobby. We couldn't hear each other. Sometimes I heard him and he couldn't hear me. It was just really, really bad. It kicked us out of zombie matches. It was honestly really, really bad. All right, something to keep in mind. The voice chat was horrible. All right, but that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about, because I'm just letting you know that the servers aren't really good, but that isn't going to be a reason right now and for you if you should buy it or not, because those are things that should get fixed in theory. All right, now let's jump into the general gameplay, the weapons, the customization. Is it worth it? Right? Is it worth playing this one? So talking about the multiplayer side of things, that's what we got going on here in the background. Is, I don't know, I made this video a while ago, you know, my first alpha impressions, and I still think the movement is kind of clunky. It's kind of like if you had a delay in your controller. That is exactly what this feels like. Every time you move to the right, it feels like it just takes a couple seconds and then he moves to the right. It felt really slow, and then I pumped up my ADS, and then it felt really fast. There was just like no middle ground for me. I don't know. The movement still, it just doesn't feel as smooth as Modern Warfare, right? That's something that you have to keep in mind. Also, it is a different engine, and they are going for a different sort of play style. Like, for example, you guys are going to see right here, I believe I throw a grenade, and the grenades just, look at this. They seem really weird. That may have not seemed really weird when you're playing, when you just saw the video. But even the grenades just feel like they're so slow. And the grenades, if you take a look, they're more realistic because he kind of like dives into his pocket and then takes it out and then he throws it, instead of Modern Warfare where he just like immediately throws it. But there's some things where we don't want realism that much, right? It's a Call of Duty game. We don't want him to reach into his pocket and take longer, right? Those are things sometimes, even though yes, realism is cool and some things, we don't want those things. It's still an arcade game. Call of Duty is still an arcade game. You can't make it that real. And noticing this, something right now here is that something that I did notice besides the movement that was a little wacky was the bullet tracing and the bullet, just in general, my bullets were not hitting. That is something, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, if you guys have seen gameplays, but it just felt really weird, and I just felt my bullets weren't noticing and they weren't registering. All right, that is just something I wanted to let you guys know. but again, going around, it's not all bad. All right, they do have some good things. Like you can feel the weapons kind of feel good. You know, they have a punch to it when you shoot them. They have recoil. They feel good in the hand. You know, and hopefully this is a game. Hopefully that is meant for the next gen console. So hopefully when we all get our PlayStation 5s or Xbox, whatever. By the way, comment down below what gang are you, Xbox or PlayStation. But hopefully when we get all those our new consoles, we will be able to enjoy this game a little bit better. Again, hopefully this engine, the movement, and everything was meant for the new consoles. That is the only that is the only thing I am hoping for right now. So this thing does have a lot of things going for it. You know, it is Black Ops. They are known for multiplayer, and it does seem they put a lot of effort into it, right? A lot of effort into customization, the way the guns look, the way the guns feel. But the movement is a little different, you know. And I feel people are maybe judging this game too harshly for the movement. But I do think it has a lot of good things going for it, because I mean, at the end of the day, this is Black Ops. They always make one of the best multiplayers in the game, in my opinion. And now let's jump into zombies. So now talking a little bit about zombies. Again, we talked a little bit about multiplayer, but zombies obviously one of the other biggest things that people like in this game. And first of all, the same things were going on with zombies. Like, we were trying to get into a party and it just didn't let us, and then we could hear each other and then we couldn't. We had a lot of problems in zombies, but maybe it was with a certain type of players. I kind of stopped playing with those friends I was playing, and then I joined somebody else and the problem stopped. So like I said, that's why I wasn't really going to talk that much about connectivity issues. They just suck right now, but hopefully they will fix that. Now, zombies, something that really did impress me is what I talked about kind of in multiplayer, that they are trying to add a lot of new things and kind of, you know, get the extra boundary and do really cool things. Like, for example, you can join your friend's zombie match in the middle of a game, and that is something you couldn't do before. I mean, I didn't start off in their party, and I am joining their party, right? So here I'm going to join level, I think it was like round 6, but I hadn't played with them before. Like, they did all those rounds by themselves, and that is something pretty cool, if I must add. You know, joining people's games in the middle from zombies, from my perspective, that is just something that is really, really cool. You know, and say you get, in case you get kicked out, in case you want to join late, something, whatever happens, it is something that is really, really cool. They also added, like, they really, really went in depth into everything that you can customize in this game and everything that you can do. And that is something that I love. There's going to be more levels, more customization. You have to get these sort of Ethereum crystals to level up your things. And there's a lot of level ups and there's a lot of grinding to do. So by the looks of it, they made this game where you have to grind a lot. You know, you have to play this game a lot to unlock things. And that is something that I've always loved. I don't really like the Modern Warfare thing where, honestly, it was just the first time I played and then I unlocked everything because I got to level 55 so fast. And every single time I'm always level 155 after the first season of season 1. And honestly, for me, that kind of sucks. So it is kind of cool that we are going to have to grind this game quite a bit to get some cool stuff out of it. And even this thing right here, you can see paused by party leader, which is something pretty sick. Even if you're in an online game, if the party leader pauses the game, as you guys saw, everybody gets the pause screen and everybody gets paused, which again, it's something really cool. In general in the game, I just feel that the developers are adding a lot of cool stuff to the game to make it a lot more unique and a lot more cool. And I just think we aren't really noticing them because of the laggy issues and because of the bad movement. So this is me going into my final part, right? The important part of the video. Should you buy it? Should you not buy it? What are my first thoughts right now? So let me tell you guys this. If you're a Warzone fan, right? The only thing you play is Warzone. You rarely play what's it called, Modern Warfare multiplayer, or maybe you do sometimes and you enjoy it. You know, it's good. You like the way it feels. You like everything. But if you're more of a Warzone guy, I would honestly say just keep your money. You know, save your money until at least, you know, maybe that you see the game get fixed or the movement changed and people say it's good now and no more connectivity issues. That's what I would tell you if you're in that point. You know, if you're really just a Warzone kind of guy, I don't really think it's worth the upgrade per se, right? It's sort of like a different era, but I wouldn't really say it's worth the upgrade. If you like Modern Warfare and you like the multiplayer, I really, from the bottom of my heart, I really say this, I wouldn't really recommend this. The only time, and now let's talk about for the people that I would recommend it, because again, I would recommend it for some people, is if you just like Call of Duty in general and you are tired of playing the Modern Warfare, like, you know, you want to play something new, definitely go ahead and buy this one. Like I said, there is connectivity issues, but they hopefully will fix that. I mean, I am confident they will fix that. And then once they fix that, it's going to be a really cool game, you know, with different sort of things. And if you are a Zombies fan, this is a major buy. Just because it is so cool, and they added so many things to Zombies, and we had so much fun playing it, and I believe it was really cool. So if you're a Zombie fan, go ahead. It's a major buy. And now let's talk if you only have Warzone, right? Should you buy Modern Warfare now? Should you buy Cold War? What should you buy? If you're indecisive, you know, if you haven't bought any of them, I would still say buy Cold War, and this is the reason why. Remember in my other video, I did explain how the new seasons will work. So the new Warzone season is going to be season 1, but in Cold War. So there's not going to be any more season 7, nothing else for Modern Warfare. That's something you have to keep in mind. There's going to be nothing new for Modern Warfare. All right. So that is just the only downside of it. If you like getting the new skins, if you like getting the new weapons, grinding the battle pass, if you like all that stuff, then I would recommend this Call of Duty for you. All right, because it's going to be season 1, Warzone, Cold War, and the new season is going to be everything with Cold War. So obviously we're going to get all the skins and the new weapons. All that is going to be for Cold War and Warzone, nothing for Modern Warfare multiplayer anymore. So I there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully I did cover one of those areas that you were in. Hopefully you are one of those players, and hopefully I may have answered your questions. It is kind of like, you know, if you enjoy Modern Warfare and Warzone and you don't really want to spend the money, don't spend it. If you love zombies, buy the game. If you only have Warzone and you don't have Modern Warfare, and you're kind of like, I don't know which one to get, then I would say to get Cold War, because it's the new one, and that is the battle pass that you will be able to grind. And if you just have the extra money and you can spend it, but you're still like, I don't know if it's good enough, I would still say buy it. I think, you know, obviously the connectivity issues, they'll fix it, and the movement, I think we'll just get used to it. The only issue I do have is that going to be switching from Warzone to Black Ops, from Warzone to Black Ops, from Warzone to Black Ops. That is just something that will get some time off, because if everything was in the new movement, if everything was with Cold War, then we would get used to the movement a lot faster. But since we're going to be going back into Warzone, it might be a little bit harder to get used to that movement. But yeah, that was everything I have to say for this video, and hopefully you guys got your questions answered on whether you should buy it and whether this game is good or not. Those were my honest opinions. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, as always, I'll see you all in the next one.